Janek and the Mysterious Portal. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Janek who really didn't like going to school. He preferred playing in the yard with his friends and running through the forest over sitting in a classroom listening to teachers. Janek had difficulty concentrating and often couldn't sit still in one place. Sometimes he felt like his thoughts were butterflies fluttering everywhere around him. One day, when Janek once again couldn't sit quietly in class, he decided to step out into the hallway for a moment. As he walked through the school, he noticed something strange. In the corner of one room, behind an old bookshelf, there was something he hadn't seen before. It was a small, shiny portal that seemed to shimmer in the light. Intrigued, Janek approached closer and touched the portal. Suddenly, he felt as if something was pulling him in. Before he could realize what was happening, he found himself in a completely different place. A new world. Janek opened his eyes and saw that he was in a magical forest full of colorful trees and strange creatures. Everything around him was alive and brimming with energy. He noticed he wasn't alone. Beside him stood a small boy named Leon, who looked as surprised as Janek. "Hi, I'm Leon. Did you also come here through that portal?" Leon asked. "Yes, I'm Janek. I don't know where we are, but this place looks amazing," Janek replied. First adventures. Janek and Leon decided to explore this new world together. They quickly discovered that the forest was full of puzzles and challenges. They had to solve riddles to pass through magical barriers and avoid traps. Once they stumbled upon a giant talking tree. The tree told them that to return home, they must find 3 magical crystals hidden in different parts of the forest. Each crystal had a special power that would help them overcome their own weaknesses. The first crystal was located in a cave full of twinkling lights. To obtain it, Janek had to learn to concentrate. The cave was filled with distracting sounds and images, but Janek had to focus on one goal. The crystal was hidden at the very end of the cave. "You have to focus, Janek. Ignore everything else and look only at the crystal," Leon advised him. Janek closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and focused solely on the crystals. Slowly, step by step, he approached his goal. Finally, he managed to acquire it. The second crystal was atop a high mountain. To get there, Janek and Leon had to cooperate. The path was steep and full of obstacles, but together, helping each other, they managed to reach the summit. "I couldn't have done it without you, Leon," Janek said, holding the crystal. "Me neither, Janek. Cooperation really pays off," Leon replied. The last crystal was located in a deep lake. To obtain it, Janek had to overcome his fears and show perseverance. The water was cold and dark, but Janek knew he had to do it to return home. "You can do it, Janek. Remember what you've already achieved," Leon encouraged him. Janek dove in and swam down until he finally reached the crystal. Although it was difficult, he didn't give up and persistently pursued his goal. With 3 crystals in hand, Janek and Leon returned to the talking tree. The tree smiled and said, "Now that you've acquired these crystals, you can return home. Remember what you've learned. Focus, cooperation, and perseverance are keys to success." Janek and Leon passed through the portal and found themselves back at school. Janek looked at Leon and smiled. "Now I know I can overcome my difficulties. I just need to try and not give up," Janek said. The story of Janek and his adventures in the magical forest taught him a lot about himself. He realized that to succeed, he must focus, cooperate with others, and be persistent. These lessons helped him cope better in school and enjoy learning. And now, dear reader, consider, what would you do in Janek's place? What challenges must you overcome in your life? Remember that you have the strength within you to overcome difficulties, just like Janek. From that day on, Janek began to look at school differently. He knew that every lesson was a new adventure, and every difficulty was a chance to learn and grow. Thanks to his new skills, Janek became more confident and satisfied with himself. And although he sometimes still struggled with concentration, he knew he could overcome it if he just tried. After all, there is a little hero in each of us, ready for great adventures.